Welcome, everybody, back to the show, Between Generations, A Life in Two Voices. We're so excited to have you back on our show. We have some special guests today. Feed Me Chutney. I am so excited for this podcast. This is a family affair, and it's just lovely to see the collaboration and the beauty that comes out of family and food. And just food is always something that brings everyone together. So this is going to be a lovely show. Hi, Mama. So we're going to get right into it, and we are going to say hi, Feed Me Chutney. Hi, everyone. You all are so beautiful. So tell us a little bit about Feed Me Chutney. Who is Feed Me Chutney?
Well, Feed Me Chutney we're a family-based business, and we just create a variety of different chutneys that, we enjoy and that kind of rooted from family recipes.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So, chutney, I don't know what that is. So is it a sauce? Is it like, your regular peanut butter and jelly? Is it like, what is it?
Well, we like to tell people it's more like a condiment that you can place either on the side of your food, or you can use it to help flavor different foods. So it's a very versatile condiment that can be used in different ways.
Nice. Okay. So I'm
Yeah.
going to assume, so everybody raise your hand if you all like chutney. Okay. Excellent. So, so does everybody help in the kitchen to make chutney?
Yes.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, who comes up with the recipes? Do you all talk about it together, or does Mama say, okay, we're going to make this chutney, and then you all help
we
make it?
figure out which one we're going to make for the different seasons. So, and it's if it's like a fig or something, if it's like time for fig, we make fig chutney. If it's like strawberries, if it's time for strawberry, make strawberry chutney. So we kind of mix it up with different
Nice.
seasons.
That's cool. I love that. Wow. Okay. So then after we finish the podcast, then I'm going to order some because I would like to try. Okay. So this question is for Omar and Stephanie, and you can tag team or one of you can answer this question, but what inspired you to start this business from home? And how did you decide to have your kids jump on the journey?
Want to answer that one?
You can answer
that one. So we wanted to work from home just so we had more time with the kids, and we knew we wanted to start something that incorporated the kids and that would help, keep us all together, working together, and also to help teach them some, different aspects of business and just, closer together and be more of a team, that we can all work and play and learn different things together.
Wow. So how do you balance that? Like, is it difficult to balance it? I guess if the kids are involved, then you're with each other all the time.
That's kind of why we wanted to start a family business, just because we like to have things going on that's all together.
So I have a question for all of the young kids. So how do you like running a business? Do you think it's hard work? Are you learning a lot of things? What do you like about it? And you all can answer one by one, or one of you can answer for all of you, or however you want to. Just raise your hand, okay? And then you can tell me, how do you like running a business at home? Do you want to tell me how you like making chutney, how you like having a business? I'm sure all of you are learning a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And girls, how do you like running a business? I think you also have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah. We'll talk about
What do you like about having a YouTube channel? Is it fun to be on the camera?
Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
So
Move
do
up.
you all like decide on what you're going to do on the YouTube channel? Like, what is the theme or what is the story? Because the last one that I saw, I think it was that the little one took a bite of the chutney, and then she got super big. And I was like, that is a super cool YouTube. So who came up with that
Well,
idea?
we all thought of that idea because we always do the same thing, just me and her, me and her. So we wanted to do something that was a little bit different.
Yes. That was a good one. Really good
Hey,
idea.
Talak,
Okay.
you want to talk a little bit?
Or Carol,
Sit down.
God, what
You want
There
to
we
come
go.
up and talk?
do you want to say?
Come on, say something or what? Oh, you want to say something?
I want to play.
You want to play? Okay, well, we gotta do the
Hey,
show
Talak,
first, okay?
come here. So this is, I don't know what if you guys got to see
That's fair.
the latest show, but that was Talak. That's Talak right there. She was making pancakes.
Really? Oh, cool. Do you get nervous when you're gonna record? Because sometimes I get nervous. Do you get nervous? That's cool. So, do you think of funny things to put on your YouTube channel, or do you think of more like, no, I want to talk about chutney and I want to make it a little bit more serious, or do you just have fun with the YouTube channel?
Like to be on the YouTube channel. I'll be fun without playing.
You like that it's fun? Yeah.
Every puppets.
Like,
You want to play
Real
puppets? That's cool. Maybe the puppets will eat chutney too.
And
That's my thought. Okay, so what is Feed Me Chutney's like best condiment, like best sauce? Which one is the best? do you think?
Bestseller, you mean?
Yeah, like your top seller.
It's green or pineapple. The green cilantro, parsley,
Okay.
garlic, and jalapenos. And the pineapple has pineapple,
sure.
red bell peppers, then a little bit of red chili flakes.
Wow, that sounds good. Now, when you make the sauce, do you have to let it sit for a while? Or when you make it, it's already
No, so
ready
they each
to
have a
go?
different process, for whichever type of chutney it is. So most of them, it does take time. It usually takes a couple days it takes some time.
It takes time. Yeah. So I'm curious, Steph and Omar, how successful do you think the business has been? How long has it been
Well,
around?
we started about 3 years ago, so this is our third year doing it. It's been gradually growing, and it's been
Wow.
really well received. So it's been a lot of fun,
Wow.
and it's been a lot of learning along the way, which has been good.
That's awesome. Can you tell the viewers where
We're
you're based out
the
of?
Northern Neck of Virginia, the Northern Neck area of
Okay.
Virginia.
Okay. And so viewers can order, like we're here in I'm here in California.
Oh yes,
So I could
we can
order from
definitely
you?
take orders on our website and can ship it anywhere in the U.S.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay. Now, do you get any customers that ask you for special flavors? Like, do you ever get any customers that
Like a
ask you for kind
customized
of like
Yeah,
weird flavors?
Yeah, not really, because
Yeah.
I think that the variety that we have kind of covers a lot of different tastes. So there's a lot of different things to choose from, and so
Okay.
we have a pretty wide variety of blends. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so can I eat Feed Me Chutney with
Yeah.
broccoli? Or should I eat it with pita bread? What do you think, kids? What's the best thing to eat
Pizza.
with Feed Me Chutney?
Pizza.
Pizza? Okay, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do that right away. I love pizza.
Rice.
Or rice?
I
Okay,
I'm
great. That is good. Anything else? So pizza,
Hello?
rice.
What do you like it with?
Spaghetti.
Nice. Okay, those are
Yeah.
good options. Okay, viewers, you heard it right now when you place your orders, okay? Rice, pizza, and spaghetti. That's awesome. Okay. So, is the sauce like thick or is it thin?
They all
would you
have
say?
a chunkiness to them, so you can really taste all the ingredients in it. So it's not watery or over pureed. So
Yes.
you can kind of see what you're eating. So it's
Yes. How I would compare it to is like if I go and I eat
Mhm.
some Indian food and then they have those
Right.
ready-made sauces there? Is that kind of like
It's
what
similar
it is?
as opposed to the condiment that would be on the side that you could use to flavor your food. But ours, like for example, theirs,
Yes.
I would say is more pureed, where ours is more of a chunkiness to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
so chutney. So my name is Omar.
Take a
Hey guys, I'm the dad. It's a Hindi word, like you were saying. You said Indian.
Okay.
It's intended in the wintertime, like right now, to preserve your herbs
Yes.
and your spices and stuff throughout the wintertime. And so a version of it, originally my parents, my grandparents, everyone's from Afghanistan. I'm first generation
Okay.
American. But our food, we grew up with chutney. Because chutney migrated to Afghanistan. It's very close. We share a lot of spices and things because we're all part of the the mountains. You know, it's a mountainous region.
Yes. Yeah.
So in Afghanistan, they make chutney as well. The green chutney that we make is cilantro, parsley, garlic, a little bit of salt, a little bit of white vinegar, and we use jalapenos. It's usually like a spicier pepper, and we started out with the spicy pepper, but we're using jalapenos now because here, America, the majority of the people's threshold to spice is pretty low, and so the spicy peppers
Yeah.
was just people were just. In the beginning, people were like, "Oh no, it's too spicy." In California,
Nice.
they do samples, but in VA, they don't really do samples around here. So it was a
Yes.
very new thing. We were like the only people in all the markets that we do. We were the only people doing samples. So everybody would come around our table.
Wow.
But people were making a big scene because it was just too spicy for them. So we toned it down to jalapeno, which is something that the majority of people around here can handle. And then what we do is we make a spicier
Yeah.
version too, if somebody wants. But our chutney is typically pretty mild. And the thing about it being mild, what I realized too is that it doesn't take away from the food that you add it to. Come here, get it. The green chutney pairs well with red meat and venison. But people put it on
Ooh.
taco.
Yeah.
People also use it. Primarily, it's used as like Steph was saying, it's a condiment. It's a side on your dish. And you use it
Yes.
with the meat
Yeah.
dish
Yes.
or something like that. But some people, what they do is they use it as a marinade. What you can do is to tone down
Yes.
the spice and even the vinegar. You can mix it with yogurt. And then you can marinate your meat in
that's
that,
right.
the yogurt and the chutney mix. And if you leave it overnight, in the refrigerator, it'll actually tenderize and it'll soak in all of the flavor of the chutney. So yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of ways that people use it. Like the kids
Yeah.
were saying, they use it on their with pizza. And a lot of people are like, "What, pizza?" Like because people think you just eat it the way it is.
Yeah.
People always put Parmesan cheese and stuff like that. But when you add the green chutney to pizza, and a lot of people have told us this, when you add it, the better the pizza, when you add it to it, it just bangs because it's just adding. It's the
Yeah.
vinegar, and it's not so much the spice or anything, but you're adding herbs, fresh herbs. And like Steph was
Yes.
saying, she made a really good point. The reason one of the reasons we started doing this is because when you buy chutney, like you were saying, when you go to an Indian restaurant or whatever, it's always watered down because people,
Okay.
especially today, are just throwing everything into a blender and liquefying it, right? But the way it was done and the way that I was taught, I'm not saying that I was taught, but the way that I saw it growing up, it was always chopped. Everything was chopped up. So the way Steph does it is a little bit more traditional, where it has more, like she said, the chunks, It's not liquefied in a blender.
Yes.
And it's fresh. You know, she makes everything upon order. It's not like she just makes. She uses no preservatives. The only preservatives are the natural, the salt and the vinegar. It still has a really good shelf life, but she doesn't use like any added preservatives. You know, it's very fresh, very
Mm-hmm.
natural, and we use local. We're here in, like she said, we're in the Northern Neck. I don't know if you have ever traveled down here, but the Northern Neck is very close to the city. We're only about 70 miles from DC. But we're even closer.
Okay.
We're only about 30 miles from the Chesapeake Bay. Uh, so we're in an
Yeah.
area that's it's very touristy. There's a lot of farmers markets and small shops and things like that. And it's also very rural. There's a lot of farms. So what we do is we just, we try to stay, we like you said before, we deliver anywhere, but we stay local. We're a local
Mhm.
based business. We work with a lot of farmers in the area and get our ingredients from farmers in the area. And then we also sell at local shops. Um,
That was going to be
yeah,
my next question. Yeah, where can you find chutney in the community? Yeah.
Let me take this thing away from her.
it's all right.
Well, she's gonna push the button. That's some kind of noise.
She looks so
Can I have
cozy.
this? Thank you.
So, you guys, hey, why don't you guys speak a little
Want to
bit?
talk about the shops?
Sorry, everyone is everyone's hungry and shy, and
Yeah.
I wanted them
Oh.
all to speak. It's
Okay.
usually, even when we go to the
Yes.
farmers markets, it's usually me out there speaking because Steph is very quiet too. She's a very shy person as well. I'm the opposite, I'm very outgoing, and it's easier for me to speak to people than it is for her. But I want the kids to talk more about the show because they do have a YouTube show and they work hard on the show. Um, and they come up with a lot of the ideas. The show that you were talking about when they shrink down.
Yes.
That's something that they've been talking about for a while. And I told them, I said, if you guys can write out the script and get it right, then I'll be willing to shoot it and make it look nice for you guys. So they did. They took the time. Yeah, I mean, they
Ah.
do. The kids are very involved. It's not like me and stuff. We don't have the time to do anything. I'm so busy myself. I got so much going on. Steph has so much going on. She's a mom of 6. You know what I'm saying? That's enough in its own. But then on top of that,
Yeah.
she's got the business. And she actually has 2 businesses. Feed Me Chutney is the one right now that's really making money. It's actually rolling, But Steph and I, the way that we met, or not the way that we met out before, yeah.
We started it together.
But she also had a pet sitting business that ended up becoming a what do you call it? Doggy daycare. Almost like a doggy daycare.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We had a property in Fairfax, and it was a very successful, six-figure business for a long
20
time.
years, yeah.
Yeah, a very
Almost
long
20
time.
years.
Yeah, it allowed us to get to this point to
Wow.
be able to, be with our children and start another business that business was very demanding in Northern Virginia. It took a lot of time. It was a lot of pressure on us as a family, as husband and wife. And that's the thing is if you want to make more money, there's a lot more commitment, So this dealing
Of
with something
course.
that we love. I mean, we eat so much food, right? We have so many kids, it was more natural.
Yeah.
And the thing that she didn't say is that even like the name, Feed Me Chutney. One day, I'll never forget my daughter, Olina, in the back over here, my beautiful big girl right here. I don't know if you guys can see her or not. She's our
I
oldest
can,
daughter.
yes.
She's a great oldest daughter or eldest daughter. She takes care of the whole family. She takes care of mom and dad as well. One day she said that hey mom, we're hungry. We're ready to eat. And mom said, "Oh, I don't know what to feed you." And so Alina said, "Feed me chutney." And so I was sitting there. So right there, I knew. I said, "Oh, that's it. That's got to be it." We
It's awesome.
because after COVID, COVID kind of messed up our last business, or Steph's last business.
Mm-hmm.
The pet sitting
Yes.
business, the doggy daycare. It was hard to recover, and so we had to make a decision. Were we gonna going forward with that business after COVID or not? And we decided to leave Northern Virginia and basically get rid of the business and come down to the Northern Neck, where life is a lot slower. It's smoother down here. And
Yeah.
I think as as a married couple, we're happier. I'm much happier to be around my family. We don't have the distractions of the city and stuff like that. And like I said, it just made sense.
Sure.
If we planned from the beginning, even before we left the Northern Virginia area, we planned that we were going to start a new business, something that would incorporate the family more, because the dog business and the kids did not mix, right? There was only a handful of dogs. Hey guys, there was only a handful of dogs that were okay with our children, and so it just moving forward, it just wasn't gonna happen. So yeah, the food business is where we're at right now, and like Steph said, it's all been a learning. It's all new to us, so it's all we keep learning every single day. It's all new experiences, and there's wins and there's losses, right? And we just have to roll with it. Like she said, this is our third year. We've definitely had those moments where we've gotten to arguments, and we're like, is this the end of Feed Me Chutney? And to be honest, the thing that I've realized in our previous businesses, I've got another business too, is that if you can overcome moments like that, you realize that you have something for real. And there's that's when you know that you have a solid foundation, is when because you can't fold. That's the whole thing. And I tell my children all the time. You can't start something and then turn around and say, "Oh, I'm done with it." You can't fold. You have to be consistent. Yeah, and you have to be willing to get up, even the days where you're not, because you lose the passion. The passion is something that starts to fade out because you start to learn things. A lot of passion comes from ignorance, right? Because you think it's a certain way, and you're like in love with that idea, and once you start to get into the whole thing, and you realize that your idea was just made up in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You start to read about it more, and you start to see what the reality is. The passion starts to go away because the reality makes you deal with what it really is. So you have to find new ways to adapt to that as well, to keep you motivated and keep you going. And our passion comes from the kids. If the kids, I always ask the kids, I'm like, look, man, if you guys are about it, I'm about it. That's it. That's what it comes down to. If you guys say, "No, Dad, we can't do this," it's over. I was in another industry, and my son RJ right here, he was like, "Dad," it was during COVID too. It was a bad time, but he was like, "Dad, you're not making money from this anymore, right? You need to leave it, hang it up." And I did. I walked away from it, right? And that was part of the reason that we moved down here as well. So you have to, I think, when I look back at our life together and everything that Steph and I have gone through, you have to find ways to keep yourself motivated. You know what I'm saying? Because if you give up, you're going to look back and regret, and you're going to always say, "Hey, you know what? I could have, maybe I could have done better. I could have done this." It's all a learning experience. It's like it's the experience is all about learning. And if you're willing to learn,
Absolutely.
it'll work out. Everything works. Especially with today's technology, it's too easy. So we bang it out. We do what we have to do. We love our kids. They support us. We support them. They have their own little businesses too. This guy over here is also artist. He likes to do little comics and stuff like that. Yeah, so they have their own little
Ooh.
businesses too. This guy is RJ. He's into rarities. He's in collectibles. Yeah, he's also a mini
Wow.
dumpster diver, right? So you better keep him away from your trash because he's got a good eye. He's got a really good eye, and he likes antiques. Um, yeah,
Oh
so
my gosh. Ah,
man,
I
it's
love
crazy.
antiques. Yep. You and
We
me would
we
tag team.
I
Yeah.
just went to go throw my
Tag
trash the
team.
other day, and this guy, I see him digging through, someone else's trash, and he comes up with these two Matchbox little cars, right, or sealed. And I said, "Hey man, what are you doing in somebody's trash? Just leave it alone, man." He brought them home. They're worth like close to like $80, because they're collectibles. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, this guy knows.
Gosh.
Yeah, he's got a really good eye, man.
RJ.
He's got a really good eye for business. So, I hope that they learn from
Wow.
our mistakes in our business, and they do better, with their own business. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we keep them involved, and we
Yes.
don't,
Yes.
we don't hide any secrets from them. When we're doing well, they know we're doing well. But when we're not making any money. They know what's up. They know we're not making money, right? They're not delusional in what's actually happening. They're really involved in the business, and they when we need them, they step up. When we say, hey, it's time to fill this order, because sometimes we get really big orders that need to go out within 5-6 days. It's got to be shipped out or whatever. So Steph and I can't do
Yes.
everything. So they step up. They step up and they help Steph with making the chutney.
Labeling, packing.
Yeah, we designed our own labels. We print our own
Wow.
labels. We cut them out. We have to do everything. We do everything because we have a
Yeah.
small line of different chutney. In the beginning, we went with another printer and we said, hey, can you print this out for us? It was easier to just pay for it. But the issue is that when you have different things, you have to get different labels for every single chutney. So it gets really expensive really fast. It's not like they
Yes.
work with you and give you a better deal, right? It is
Mhm.
what it is. So for the time being,
Right.
because Steph and I are used to, we've been entrepreneurs almost our whole adult life. We're used to doing things for ourselves. It was easy for us to just go and design everything. This whole company started from scratch. I mean, it
Yeah.
started from zero, right? It just started with an idea and with our ability to jump on the computer and throw things together, and figure out what we're gonna do, and then make a tangible product, which is the chutney that she was already
Right.
making, right? She was making it for us as a family. And we just we're trying to capitalize off of that idea. That's it, as much as we can for our family. I mean, we're not, we're looking for big contracts, obviously, right? But we're not doing this per se,
Yeah.
to become live like lavish or whatever, right? We want to provide for our family. That's it. That's what it comes down to.
That's amazing. What a story. And Feed Me Chutney, how
Yeah.
that came about, that is just beautiful. That will be an unforgettable thing. You'll never forget that. That is amazing. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for you guys, and I'm excited to try this chutney. And I mean, you all pretty much answered my questions without me asking. So I am going to pass it along to my mom so she can dig into her questions. I'm sure you're curious, Ma, to ask some follow-ups too.
Oh my gosh, there's so much. I was like holding my tongue because I wanted to comment on this and that. And so, how has building this chutney business shaped you as a business owner? And what strengths have you discovered within yourself along the way?
Definitely, since we had the other business, we kind of knew the baselines of, how to run everything. But the food business obviously is a whole different ballgame than pet care. So we definitely had a lot of things that we had to learn
Yeah.
and research and figure out along the way. So just the ability to adapt and learn and create different things was really inspiring because, it was something that we had to do together as a family and to try to incorporate the kids and just a whole new learning curve, at our age, to start something that was brand new that we had no experience in and make it work not only for the whole family, but to make it work as a new business and to support us, was definitely something that, helped us, I think, along the way and just gave us a lot of strength and empowerment to keep pushing for the kids.
That's beautiful because I remember
Yep.
when you had Eloa. And then, like, I remember Melissa, for our viewers too, Melissa is my daughter and Natalie's sister who's married to Jonathan. Anyway, they kept saying, yeah, Steph is pregnant again. Steph is
Yeah, they were first though.
And I said,
they were
wow,
first. They were before us. Yeah, I think.
yes.
I think he's 4
Nah,
years
yeah.
older.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. Yeah, no, it was. I think there were like at least two kids in, before we even got married. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Yeah, me and Jonathan go way back. I mean, it's been a while. Yeah, I've known Melissa, since Jonathan first met her. I forgot how they met or whatever, but I know there's a story behind it. But yeah, but John at that very moment, Jonathan and I lived together when they first met. So yeah, no, it's been a while now. I was there. Jonathan. I don't want to like keep talking about Jonathan, but Jonathan, he's I love that guy. He's my brother. He's my big brother. I tell the kids all the time about Mr. Jonathan, right? Because I told Jonathan too, he knows this, is that when we were young, he started his life early, right? His adulthood started early. And even before Melissa was around, if I needed something, Jonathan was like the guy, even without asking, he just knew. He would just surprise me with the thing that I needed. He's just that guy. And then he was the type of guy where I'm not a birthday guy. I don't believe in birthdays and stuff like that. It's just, to me, it's just like another day, it's made up, whatever. But he's that guy, because I'm like that. He's the guy that would get me a birthday present. You know what I'm saying? So Jonathan is a very special person to me. And that's why I just talked to him last night, like late last night. So back to the business though. I'm sorry, it was on you. That thing messed me up. But Jonathan I love him a lot. He's
No, you're
like I
good.
said, he's a special guy to me. And I learned a lot about family from him, is what I was trying to get at. Spending all that time with him when I was young. When I was out there, I was in the music industry when I was young. So my schedule was a lot different from Jonathan. He would always maintain a 9 to 5 and make sure that his family got everything they needed. He was that guy, right? He took care of things. I was the guy that was like, single guy doing whatever I wanted to do. But I learned from him. So when it was my turn and it was my turn to have this family, I took a lot of the advice that he gave me, and not even the things that I just saw. He doesn't have to always talk and tell me things. There's things that I see in Jonathan that he doesn't even realize, right? So yeah, I'm like I said, Jonathan, Melissa, the whole family, like, they're really special in my heart.
Yeah,
So
that's
beautiful.
beautiful. And this is kind of off topic that I was going to say in the end, but I think, Natalie, since the kids have their business, we should record the kids. We should interview the kids.
I would love that.
Talk about your business, Joe.
That I think,
Talk
would you
about your
guys be
collectibles
down
and
with
stuff.
that?
I think she's talking about like another show. Like
Oh,
kids
okay,
come
okay.
back and talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We,
Yeah. Because they
Well,
have
yeah.
their
So their
YouTube
channel is associated to the Feed Me Chutney, though.
That's fine.
The YouTube channel is it's a cooking show that basically RJ and Olina are the hosts of, and so
Okay.
they they're into season 3 right now. They've done I I probably, I don't know, how many shows have you guys done? Like 15 at least, 14,
least, I would
something
say,
like
yeah.
that. They've done a whole bunch of shows, yeah. And they use it for themselves because they're at the age now where they like to cook for themselves and they like to make food and they enjoy food. Like we as a family, you know, food, as people know, food brings people together regardless, right? When we go to farmers markets,
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've talked to people that I would never, ever, ever talk to anywhere else, right, on this planet, if it wasn't for this food, right? What the thing that brought us together.
Yeah.
It just, and I'm not saying that I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm just saying that we would never cross paths if it wasn't for
Yeah.
this food, right? And so as a family, the food thing is very important to us because now, like I said, they're at an age where they like to cook, so they like to cook for us too. And I like to eat their food. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah,
It
that's
helps.
wonderful.
It helps Steph out too because she's when we first started out, Steph, it was me cooking everything. Steph didn't know how to cook. When we first got together, you know, first got married, she didn't know how to cook anything. And I'm being serious. Like it took her a long time. She had to kind of like figure it out, and we worked together on testing things out because I would always make the same stuff. You know, I was just used to being a bachelor and a single guy before her, and I knew what I like to eat, and I would just make it, right?
I was
Uh,
always at work, so my food was just like, quick and go. So I didn't have that down to make food because it was
Yeah.
always just take it on the road and keep working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't like eating out. I never liked eating out. You know, I mean, I would eat out, don't get me wrong. But I didn't like eating out. And it didn't really have anything to do with the money. I always liked to cook at home. So, you know, over the years, she learned how to cook for me first. And then when we had kids, you know, their palates are all different. So she got to learn, a variety of different foods. And again, it just goes back to the chutney because the thing that brought it all together, because there was a point where, I mean, it was like a buffet in our house, right? Steph would make like a little bit of everything. And even when my family came over, they would say, wow, it looks like a buffet up in here. You know, it was like, you guys make Steph makes everything. And because she knows how to make a lot of different foods now, and she would make everything for the kids. And the thing that brought it all together was finally the chutney, right? Because all the kids enjoy the chutney.
Yeah.
And that's like the glue in our family, right? People call us the chutney family, right? So we talk to a lot of people that say, oh
Yeah.
yeah, you know, we used to eat chutney and this. People have a lot of great stories. Chutney is something that um uh, I need to go back to the whole Hindi thing too, right? Like we were talking about how it comes from India. Well, when they were colonized by the British, it's something that the British fell in love with too, chutneys. And so they took it back. And because they ruled, you know, part of the world, they
Yeah.
took that chutney everywhere, you know? And so that's why you have chutney in all these different parts of the world, is because the British took it there, right? Even in America. I mean, this was a British colony, right? So when they came here, they brought the chutney with them. And so when we live in an area, if you guys look up our area, the Northern Neck, you'll realize that America's history, I mean, this is where it started. I mean, right here where we live, right down the street from us. If you guys look up Westmoreland Park, in the Westmoreland County, in these areas, if you guys do the history of this country starts right here where we live. And so a lot of the families that we run into down here, they've been here, for hundreds of years, right? And I didn't know about any of this before moving here. But again, because the British brought chutney to this land such a long hundreds of years ago, it was more a part of life than it is today. But a lot more people know about it than what I thought it was going to be. You understand what I'm saying? It's like it's something that chutney is something that people were used to, but it went away. And so now people appreciate it, and they have, people accept the fact that we're selling chutney because it's not something new per se. It's something a lot of people say. They're like, hey, I grew up on chutney, but it just, you can't find it anymore, you know? So,
Yeah.
we present it in a way that looks good, but we present it, we want to make sure that it always tastes good too, right? So we always do our own taste testing and everything, and before we put anything out, we make sure that the product that we're going to put out, because we put our name on every single product, we just want to make sure that that when people try it, that they're not getting something that tastes. We try to be consistent with that too, with that that good taste every single time is what I'm trying to get at,
Yeah.
right? And it's
Yeah.
sometimes it's a challenge because, like I said, we use local, fresh products, and so it just because of that, some of the products that we use change. Sometimes farmers are like, hey,
Yeah.
you guys took all my jalapenos, or you guys took all my parsley, or whatever we need, right? So because it's a lot of small farms, but we try to keep everything consistent. So far, it's been pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't wait to try it. I can't wait to try it. But so so then what's a typical week look like for you guys for like production? Like it depends, I know, on like your orders and
It
everything.
looks like
but-
you lost
so-
Natalie. Oh,
There she
there
is.
went out.
Yeah, so a typical week for us, it kind of varies. Like if we have a market, it's definitely busier just because we have to produce so much more. And if we have orders, we have that's extra on top of it. But we try to schedule out everything that we need to do to get everything done in time, because our markets are typically on a weekend. So are we pretty packed,
Yeah.
but we try to balance it out with the kids and, split up our schedule to do what the kids need to do, but also get done what the business needs to do. So it's very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it varies.
So
but
it'll vary.
Either way, it's typically busy. Whether we're busy with the kids or busy with the business, it's just consistently busy. There's always something to do.
So are the kids
No,
in
We
school, or are you
homeschool the kids.
homeschooling?
So all the kids are homeschooled, and so they're, which is great for us. We can do
Nice.
things, and they learn. I feel like they learn a lot more just because they're involved in the business and they're home with us, so they see everything that's going on. So they're just consistently learning.
We make
That's
the
fantastic.
business. Now it wasn't like this in the beginning, but we make the business as part of their schooling.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
part of their curriculum for the day.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
that's what keeps them involved as well. But like I said, they learn what's actually happening, right? It's not just the production of the chutney,
Yeah.
but the finances and the the orders and the shipping and everything. We, like I said earlier, like Steph, she makes everything fresh, after the order comes in. So there's that's where her chutney is. Although I always tell her that it's priced pretty low. It's considered like a what do you call it, stuff? It's like a
Artesian
artesian, yeah, but it's like a
specialty item.
it's like a specialty item, yeah. It's not like I was saying before. You can get the other chutney, you can get 2 for $8 or whatever it is, right? I mean, whatever it is, but it's all processed. You know what I'm saying? And it's all, no matter whose name is on there, nine out of 10 of those chutneys are all coming from the same factory, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And ours is made right here in Virginia. It's homemade too. She makes it here in our house. It's not like she's using a factory for anything. So
Yeah.
there's a difference, and that's something that I realized too, because a lot of people ask us, why don't you go with the co-packer and stuff, and there's some companies here that are willing to work with us and do it, but we're not willing to compromise the integrity of the quality, of the
Yeah.
product that we have right now, because I don't want to eat something else. And why would I, if it's not something that I would want to eat, why would I want to push it on other people, especially people that don't know about it? Because
Mhm.
we have a lot
Yeah.
of customers that had never ever heard of chutney before, and they try it and they're like, oh my God, like what, why haven't I heard of it before? Why didn't I have this?
Yeah.
And some of those people, to be honest, this, as a lot of this has to do with return customers. A lot of the sales that we have are just people that, they buy it one time, they try it, and who knows, maybe we just never see them again, right? They walk away, they forget, their life goes on.
Yeah.
But the ones who become, return customers, which we are like so grateful for, right? Because number one, it makes you feel good that this person wants to, keeps buying from you. Number two, the fact that some of our customers, they reach out and they say, hey, look, we had a problem on your website. We're trying to order, but your website's messed up and won't let us order. And that's so, to us, that's like, wow, man, because we're just a little family. We're not a big company. They could have just easily said, oh, forget this and just go to another website and order the exact same product, right? There's nothing new about our product. It's not like we made this up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
again, like, I know, and I tell my kids all the time, man, the business is only as good as what you're going to make it, right? And if you're going to make it something where you're just doing it for the money, then that's how people are going to treat it. But if you make it something where you are able to have pride in what you do and what you say, my son, all my kids, all of them, but this guy RJ over there, because he's so involved, you can ask him any question. I challenge you guys to ask him any question about chutney. I don't have to keep talking. You ask this guy anything about the chutney, any of these guys, but especially RJ, about the chutney, he'll tell you everything about it. You know what I'm saying? It's because we're about it. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a thing for us. It's our life. This is what
Yeah.
this is what it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do a family podcast featuring the kids, and let RJ and his sisters or whatever, however, and we can develop questions for him
Mhm.
and his sister, or however many siblings are involved, and we get the okay from mom and dad, and we can do that. That would be great. That would be great. So do you think it's made you, the two of you, stronger, like, and the family too, as a family, it's made you all bond more
definitely.
together?
It definitely has, yeah, because like we said,
Yeah.
the business started because we wanted to do something that we could do together. And we talked to them about the business before we even started the business, and ensured that everybody was, on the same page about, should we start a business like this? And, would you guys be involved and be, enjoy doing this? And they all said yes. And so they've been right behind us and beside us the whole time, helping us develop everything and get the business going. So it's definitely something that we enjoy working with together.
Yeah. And there's no problem with like production. If somebody orders from
Yeah.
Arizona,
Yeah.
it's cool, right? Everybody gets
we
together.
ship to the intercontinental USA,
Yeah.
right? I mean, look, I don't even know if that's right. I mean, wherever you can get, anywhere in the United States, including Hawaii, Hawaii and
yeah,
Alaska.
ship to
Yeah,
Hawaii, yeah.
no, we can ship to all the states. Yeah, it's not just intercontinental. We can ship to all the states because we've shipped to Hawaii before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not an issue at
Wow.
all. We just don't do anything international. It's not that we can't. It's just that even shipping in the United States is very expensive. To be honest, the only reason that we
Yeah,
even,
yeah.
like I told Steph, the prices need to go up. I'm being real. Like, I mean, everybody knows with inflation, our prices haven't changed, right? But everything's inflated. And since the time that we started, we're paying a lot more for every single thing, including shipping. Shipping's gone up for us. It's gone up 25%, but we haven't changed our costs though.
Yeah.
Right. And again, it's because we this is something as a small business that it's tough for a small business And they make it tough for us because as soon as we start to make our prices go up is when you start to have, less people buying. And like I said, our price, it's not, I'm not saying that
Yeah.
we're low price like the other stuff, right? It's still a premium. It's still like we're just kind of getting by, it's not like we're, you know what I'm saying? Like our bills still outweigh our profits, right? And it's because when we started out,
Yeah.
we were in a good place. Our profit margin was pretty good, but like I said, with inflation in the past 3 years, it's pretty slim now, And so that's why I'm happy that these guys are about their businesses too, and they do their thing. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's important. So once you open up a jar, and we have to refrigerate
Yes.
it, correct?
We're-
It depends. Yeah. I mean, so it's once you pop the top of the green, not necessarily. A lot of people leave it out. And that's what it is. That's what chutney is. It's supposed to preserve your herbs, right? So you don't necessarily need to keep it. I mean, I wouldn't say leave it in the sun or, leave it somewhere hot. Right? It would still have to be in a cool place, but you don't necessarily have to put the green in the fridge. There are customers that tell us that they just leave it out on their table and they just wait. They go eat, they just open it up and use it. But the fruits, the pineapple jalapeno is something that we suggest keeping in the refrigerator. So really, in reality, the longer the chutney sits out, the more flavorful it becomes. I'm not talking about the green,
Okay, and are there
the green
different
chutney only
sizes?
is what I'm talking about. I want to clarify that.
Okay. So do we have two different sizes or just one size?
RJ, why don't you
In
hop
the
in here?
jars.
Tell them about the
Yeah.
sizes and everything.
I'm stuck now.
Don't get stuck, man.
Sorry.
Just talk right here. Just talk. Yeah, right here.
So our sizes, we have the regular chutneys. They're 8-ounce jars, and our sauce, which is the
Stop doing too
leftover from the chutney. Those are 16 ounces, and half the price of
Okay.
the chutney.
Well, he's talking about the farmers markets. Yeah. So,
That's
so basically, all of our chutneys are half pint, or 8 ounces, like he said. So for the farmers market's a little different, right? So it's not made to order, obviously, for the farmers market. For the farmers market, we get ready during the week. We anticipate how many we can make for the
Okay.
week and how many we're trying to sell right at the market,
Yeah.
because obviously we're trying to sell out at the market. But we also need to make sure that we have enough, because there's been times where we only made a certain amount, but then people keep coming up after we sell out and they're like, yo, I came specifically to come buy chutney. And it's not, we miss out on the sale, and that person needs to either wait till the next market or they have to go online and pay more, right? Because at the markets, we give everyone a little bit of a deal. It's a better deal at the market. So, it's like, it's kind of like a little game. You have to get your numbers right. And it depends too, because sometimes there's times,
Yeah.
like this is I think this year was our best planning, right? Our third year into it, going into the markets was our best planning. We figured out which markets we need to be in. We figured out which markets, how many we need to make for that market, so we're at a good place, because we don't always sell out, right? There may be times where we don't sell out, but we want to get as close as we can to selling out. I want to go home with, 3 jars versus 30 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just an example.
Yeah.
Because we don't want the chutney to sit around either, right? Because then what we have, if we don't, the issue with not selling at the market is that we have to then hustle the next, if the market is on a Saturday morning, then all day Saturday night and Sunday, all of us are hustling, trying to find people who are willing to buy the chutney at the market price, at least, right? And then sometimes, we have to do shipping and stuff, so then we kind of lose on the deal. But we don't want to get stuck with it, right? It's a product. You don't want to get stuck with it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
wanna-
that's
you want
the
to sell
point
it
of-
out. Yeah.
that's the
you
point of
want it
having
to
a
go.
business, right? You don't want to be sitting on all these products.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of the family.
Exactly.
They hustle. They sometimes there's days we that happen. We anticipated selling a lot and it was bad weather, or so there's a couple times where the market they cancel on you if you don't get your money back.
Yeah.
So there's that too, and then you get stuck with all this product. And like I said, these guys they do a good job of at least calling around to friends and family, or even sometimes some clients of Steph that enjoy the chutney as well, that are repeat customers, to just say, hey, we've got this deal going on, if you'd like. Sometimes those people jump on it too, and they help us out. And like I said, we're very appreciative of those people, and we always we try to take care of everyone, because they're helping us out, right? They're going out their way to give us money,
Yeah.
man. That's what it comes down to, and we appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, where can we find Feed Me Chutney? What information do you want our viewers to have?
Well, where you can find Feed Me Chutney, you can go to www.feedmechutney.com.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
then
I
is
just
that-
thought that. I
No,
just wanted him to give the social
problem.
media
Just-
too, because they're the ones that are really active on the social media. Although Steph and I are the ones that are posting everything, it's their content. These guys are making all the content.
Okay. So so RJ, www.feedmechutney.com, and then there's a what else do you have? What other social media?
YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram.
Oh, you're talking about.
Yeah, social media.
Yeah.
They don't even see that. My kids, look, the great thing about homeschooling, I don't mean to go off topic again. This is a real conversation,
okay.
right? I mean, it's not fake.
You're good.
The thing about homeschooling that's
Yes.
great is that my kids aren't addicted to, they don't have phones. They don't find it necessary to have a phone or a tablet or any of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
They have laptops that we got, not laptops, but Chromebooks. They have Chromebooks that we use for schooling because it's necessary. But even with that, they're not addicted to it. They're not like, trying. You understand what I'm saying? It's
They don't go on the platform.
Yeah,
It's like they're
it's-
not
Yes.
yeah.
scrolling,
Yeah.
looking for video. Like they use
Yeah.
it for school purposes, and that's it. So they're not.
They're not on
exactly know
social
what
media.
social media.
Yeah, they don't really know
They
what
use
social
it for
media
business.
is. Yeah, I mean, they just know about it because of the business.
Right.
The content that they make is for the business, and that's the way that they look at it. And the reason being is because me personally, you're not going to find me on the internet. You can search my name all day. I mean, you might find
Yeah.
public records of my criminal history. You know what I'm saying? If it's still there, I don't know.
It is.
But-
I looked it up.
Oh, see, this guy knows. See, he knows what's up. That stuff may be there, but you're not gonna find other stuff, right? Because from day one, I'm a person who has been around since before there was all this internet and social media, everything, right? So when I got on only for business purposes, and that's what I teach them, is that this stuff is for business. If you use it for a personal for personal gain, then it's something else. It's different, and that's where things start to get a little off the wall. But if you use it for business, you have to treat it like a part of your business, right? So they're not, they don't even know what social media is.
So, but we know that Feed Me Chutney is on YouTube for our viewers. We have the
Facebook,
website,
Instagram.
Facebook, and Instagram.
Wow.
Awesome.
Not
Awesome.
Not
Awesome.
baseball.
Baseball. Not baseball.
This has been the greatest authentic conversation, Natalie, that we have had yet. This is awesome.
Yeah,
This
thank you
is
for
a
having
treat.
us.
Thank you.
This is exactly what we wanted. Just an authentic conversation, period. This is so awesome. So RJ, are you willing to do with your sister or your sisters or your whole family? Do you want to do a
show?
recording too
Yes. Yes, please.
for your show? Okay. So we'll send Steph, or I can send you the questions, and then I think Natalie, you want to make sure we have like a consent form or something just to make sure that it's good.
Yes. Or,
For
Steph
us to-
or Omar, you can jump on and just,
Okay.
pass it on to the
Just
kids.
say-
Yeah. We just
Yeah.
want to make sure that
Yeah.
you're allowing them to be on
Right,
and
of
share
course.
content with us.
Guys, this has been a real treat, like so special. We've got a few
Yeah.
family
Yeah.
members
Well,
that are
yeah.
sleeping. They're probably hungry.
That's
It's like
They
this
want to
has
woke back up
this
already.
has been great. And so we're gonna order. I'm gonna
Yes.
jump on, go to the website, and I'm in Rappahannock, so I could pick up at Melissa's house.
You're in
So it's not
Rappahannock?
even a problem.
Rappahannock where?
Yeah,
So she's probably
Virginia.
closer to us then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably closer to us.
Are you off
Yeah.
of 17? What?
So I'm up by
Oh,
Sperryville.
okay, okay. No, I thought you were saying about the Rappahannock River.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay.
No. I'm in
Rappahannock County.
Yeah. So
Got it.
when
okay.
I go,
Yeah, so we're down by the Rappahannock River.
yeah. So okay,
We're
Tappahannock.
we're about
that area.
25 minutes from Tappahannock. We're in Montrose.
Okay.
We're actually located in Montrose.
I know. Okay. I know exactly where you are because
Yeah,
we
oh,
had
yeah,
our boat
okay.
in Colonial
Yeah.
Beach.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's-
this
it's
is
great out
it's a
there.
boating area. It's fishing, boating, swimming. It's that type of area. That's why we moved down here too.
We keep the kids active and not
Yeah.
have that busy lifestyle, the
Yeah.
city, go, go, go. We wanted it to be calm and have them active and just have that family time together to, we only have a short time with them as they're growing. So we want
Yeah.
to have it be, memorable. Then mom and dad are always at work, and them, just being at school all day. So we really wanted them to
The bottom.
have a life with us and, everybody have as much time together as we could.
It's awesome. All right. So I have a request before we close the show. Can I get the kids to say smash that like button?
Okay, can you guys all get together? You guys will told us sleep here.
Smash that like button.
So
Who's
together,
who's
can you say
ever
that?
awake?
Smash that like button. Okay.
Ready?
Wait.
Hold on. Together. One,
Together, ready?
2, 3.
Smash that like button. Smash that like button.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will talk soon. AJ, we will be in touch. And for our viewers, if you like this content, please hit subscribe. And that's it for our show. Thank you.
Bye.
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 Till next time.
Bye, guys.